Well, we got some breaking news into the show here. And actually, I saw it right as one of our commenters went ahead and put it.
Mhm.
We have an offensive line commit. We were just talking about Tyler Bowen and what
Oh,
kind of
Maxwell Riley just
yeah,
committed?
Maxwell Riley, 4-star tackle, um, and he's a top 10 tackle in the nation. 2026 class decides to be Tyler Bowen's first signee as the Ohio State offensive line coach. So, thoughts on this commitment? Thoughts on what Riley can bring to this program as a 4-star prospect?
Well, first off, welcome to OHIO.
Yep.
Very glad to have you. Still got to wait for you to sign the papers, but I believe that we're gonna do whatever it takes to keep you there. Secondly, shout out to Tyler Bowen. We were, as you said, we were just talking about it, and just talking about how Ryan Day is very good at has a high evaluation when it comes to these high school kids. He knows who to pick and how to coach them, and he's got his first commit, and it's a very big one for us. Also, I'm never short of thanks for Ryan Day, because Ryan Day always knows what to do when it comes to progressing the program. It's either the coaches, the players, or the scheme. He's gone through coaches before. He's changed the scheme plenty of times. And when it comes to players, man, listen, he wasn't getting the right players for a couple of years here at the offensive line position. He brings in someone who knows who can change it.
Yep.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. For those that don't really know a lot about Riley, he's pretty good. I mean, he's probably going to end up guard at the next level. Or the thing is, he's got versatility. Like, he's listed as a tackle, but he can also play guard. Like, he has that versatility that Ohio State loves up front. He's someone that can really move guys. And again, I mean, he was a 4-star recruit for a reason, and all of a lot of the big guys were coming after him. I mean, he had a lot of people actually thought he was going to go to Clemson. Like, he was crystal ball projected to go to Clemson by a lot of the recruiting services out there. So it's good to get him. He's an in-state kid. He's from Avon. He's from Avon Lake. So he's someone who the Buckeyes had identified early, and they have a lot of offers out there for in-state offensive line talent. I mean, 6'5", 280. So, like I said, he probably projects as a guard if you really want to have him, high level. But he is someone that Ohio State prioritized early on in this class. And now they have, they have a commitment for him. But like you, I don't want to get, overly excited until the signing day rolls around and they've got their, name signed, sealed, delivered with all of that and the NIL and whatnot. Because as we know, times have changed. So you never know what's going to happen. December is a long ways away from now. So, it would be nice to keep a hold of this guy. But, he was very pleased with what he saw at Ohio State from both Ryan Day and Coach Bowen. And as you pull up on the screen here, he thanks both of them. That they were obviously instrumental in his recruitment. So this is good news for the Buckeyes, and I'm excited to see what Riley can develop into, because I think he's a pretty good player.
Eventually you're gonna have to get like a plaque or like something within the Woody that has that Jim Tressel quote. Eventually, they're gonna have to. I love that quote, but
well, I thank God you gave me a chance to be a Buckeye.
Yeah, because there's nothing like it.
Yeah,
that's a great quote. Yeah, man. I think it's just one of many.
Yep, one of many. Great, like I said, good recruit. And offensive line is where they're doing. We just talked about it, how they've got a lot more offers out there than what they did under Fry. So, Riley's he's the first, but he will not be the last. And they've got. This could be a class that's pretty heavy in offensive linemen, because they had a little bit of a recruiting deficit at that spot under Fry. So look for them to kind of build that depth back up and get these guys, get some of the depth back, so then they don't need to go to the transfer portal for, 2 starting tackles in the future. So they can just kind of build it in-house. But Riley's the first of many, and maybe he brings some of the other in-state Ohio kids, from the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
So,
we were talking about
one more thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
one more thing.
Yeah.
And like Urban Meyer said, the top 10 kids in Ohio, you gotta keep in state. You gotta keep the top 10 kids in Ohio. And if you look at the 2026 class, it's a little shake. There's a couple kids in there who could leave. But This is one step forward. But you gotta keep the best within the state. And I think we actually do a better job of doing that than other places do. Even though I think sometimes I laugh when Ohio State fans get upset when a kid from Ohio leaves who's a top-ranked kid. I'm like, guys, listen, we do the same thing to the kids down. We just took Jeremiah Smith out of Florida.
Yeah,
mind you that Florida State, like all those programs, Miami, they're all down there.
We get all kinds of top kids out of Texas all the time.
Exactly, like it happens. It happens.
Yeah,
so.
No, but you're right. You got to keep the best players in the state of Ohio in Ohio. And, we talk about building that recruiting fence around the state. And, Riley's a good player. I think he's still got some development that he can, he's definitely not the player that this is not his full ceiling. I think he's only going to get better, and excited to see what Bowen can do with him once he actually gets on campus. So that's, like I said, it's a good start for the offensive line.